Morning Team Growth. If you don't have a system for selling every element of what it is you want to persuade your prospect to buy, you will fall into the prospect's buying system. The prospect's buying system is well known and practiced. They all know it, and of course, it has 3 elements, and they all know those. The 3 steps to the process. Number 1, mislead you. Generally keep things close to their chest, not volunteer too much information. By misleading you, they avoid exposing vulnerability and putting themselves into a position where they can be sold to. Because we know they hate being sold to. They love to buy, but they hate being sold to. Correct? Correct. That's step 1 of their system. Mislead you. Step 2 is gather information. That is as much information from you as possible. Act interested, encourage you, tell you that sounds good in order to gather as much information as possible. Full details of specification, all the information on the product, the pricing, broken down to include all the options. I mean, literally everything, preferably confirmed by email. That's step number 2. And at the end of the information gathering exercise, the end of that step is to make sure that they get all the written information. So they make a solemn promise to get back to you, a solemn vow. We will definitely get back to you. We're very interested, aren't we, George? We'll call you this time next week. We'll probably go for it, won't we, George? Yes, we will. So, step 3, go into hiding. That's the process. And they all know it, and they stick to it with far more discipline than we do our own selling system. If we have one, that is. Unless you have a robust selling system. System, S-Y-S-T-E-M. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Unless you have a robust selling system for every element of what it is you want to sell, right all the way up to the end goal, which is, shall we go for it? If you don't have that, you'll fall straight into the customer's buying system, and you'll end up playing that chasing game, where you chase them and they avoid you, and you never see or hear from them again, and nothing ever happens after that. They're gone, vanished. The whole point of this is for you to have a system for every element of your carefully planned journey to them ordering from you, where everything you say has a purpose and is perfectly timed for a reason. Everything you do, everything you think, every way you move, how you pause, your tonality, it's all part of your system. That system is to talk the prospect out of their system. That's how it starts. To get them to abandon their trusted 3-step system and to come with you on your system, because you make it safe by getting in first with your upfront contract, which tells them it's okay to say no, so they don't have to sell you a think it over. Then they come with you and you start asking where it hurts with your step 2, find pain, which they can't resist and haven't experienced this before, so they come with you and they share the story of their pain and its impact on their life. And before they know it, they're trusting you. And as you move into step 3, qualify, they find themselves revealing the most closely guarded secrets like budget and who else is involved, and they come with you. Soon as you move into step 4, your story sell, they find that you're showing the solutions to their pain. And as you move into 5, fulfill, they're changing at the level of belief as you match product features to solving pain, so they come with you. Then as you move into step 6, summary and trial close, they're suddenly feeling that you have the answers they're missing. And they want the answers. So they start asking what your best deal is and what offers you've got on. And they come with you. Then as you move into step 7, allow them to buy. They'll hear you question. So what's a good next step for you? And they're at one with you and they feel enormous relief when they say, we think we'll go for it. And sometimes they'll suddenly remember their abandoned buying system and they'll say, do you know what, Paul? Do you know what, Dave? We never thought we'd be buying anything today. Thanks for not putting us under any pressure. And you've just used every trick in the book. But this is how it works, right from the dawn of time and the very first trades ever made. This buyer-seller dance is not appreciated by 80% of people in a sales role. So they either initiate things and get sales conversations started by stating their ground rules and what they want you to do for them because you asked the inane question, so how can I help you today? And they're off into their 3-step sales avoidance system, which they always win. Or you start with your upfront contract and chances are your 7-step process runs and you win. But the irony is, guys, when they win, you both lose. And when you win, you both win. With your system, all persuasion is below the surface of detection. Soon they're inspired and they choose to buy rather than feeling sold to. And that's the whole point of everything I bring to you guys at the Grove, to help you engineer them to win, feeling like they bought, but you orchestrated it all by learning the highest art of persuasion and having faith in it. You all know this to be true because you've experienced it so often. Either you're on their system and you both lose, or they're on your system and you both win. You choose. Learn, trust, and practice your 7-step selling system, because the next time you're complacent or feeling naively too trusting and allow them to start this conversation off, soon you'll be in waters where your feet can't touch the bottom, and suddenly you'll realize why. 2 systems. Whoever's is running is going to win, but that's a lie. Either you both win on your 7-step system or you both lose on their 3-step system. Don't forget this. Remind yourself daily, before every prospect interaction, because it applies to phone calls, emails, it shows up everywhere. The 2 systems show up everywhere. Stay sharp and make sure everybody wins. That's it, guys. Learn it, master it, practice it, be relentless, be ruthless with it, and you'll win. Every success.